The real estate market is changing. Are you ready for what's next? You know, there's a lot of data out there to suggest that we are about to see some big changes in our real estate market. If you look at the historical trends and you look at the market, we've seen price appreciation in Southern California since about 2008. I'm going to show you some graphs in just a minute to highlight that, but some big news in the real estate industry recently was Zillow, as you probably saw in the news recently, Zillow canceled their iBuyer program. What the iBuyer program is it's internet buyer. Basically what it means is that Zillow was buying properties, rehabbing them and fixing them up and then reselling them. You know, what's really interesting about this is that Zillow is probably, arguably, the largest aggregator of real estate data in the world. And their CEO in an interview recently said that we've determined the unpredictability in forecasting home prices far exceeds what we anticipated. And continuing to scale Zillow offers would result in too much earnings and balance sheet volatility. That's a very interesting quote from the founder of Zillow. Basically what he's saying, with all the data that they have, they find it very difficult to predict what's going to happen in the market. Now, don't you think that the largest aggregator of real estate data, if they felt prices were going to continue to rise and they could still make money in their iBuyer program, don't you think that they would keep that program around? It's a very, very telltale of some predictability in the market. The reality is nobody knows for sure what's going to happen in the real estate market. If you look at the trends here in California, you can see in this graph featuring San Diego County with the median home price going back to 2008. You can see that in 2008 we had a big decline with everything that was going on in the financial markets at that time. But you can see that really home values didn't start to come back again until 2017. Now what's interesting is that if you look at that curve where it's been going up, you can see that is a very sharp increase in the last time. Similarly, if you look at the Orange County median price as well, you can see that the graph is also very similar. What's interesting is look at how spike that has been in, say, the last couple of years. And one more county here in Southern California, if you look at Riverside, Riverside's been consistently up, but also in the last year it's gone up. And then if we look at the graph here in California, this shows you a historical graph going back to the 70s, and you can see that the increase has been fairly flat throughout history up until about 2000, maybe 2003, 2004, and you see that big spike right there around 2007, 2008, then the decline. Now what's interesting is that if you look at the trajectory of the graph in pre-2008 and you look at the graph today, it looks similar. And so a lot of data is there to suggest that we may see some upcoming price declines. So what does that data mean? Well, there's a little bit more to the story as well. Our team talks to buyers and sellers daily. And one of the items that we've noticed is that a lot of our sellers, or people that have maybe been thinking about selling, they kept their homes off the market through the pandemic. They're calling us and they're finally getting ready to list their property. What I think is going to happen in the very near future, perhaps probably as early as spring of next year, I do expect that we'll see increases in inventory. When there's increases in inventory, that typically puts downward pressure on prices because there's more homes competing for sale. Another interesting item that I've noticed is that a lot of sellers are still expecting to get the prices that they saw maybe earlier this year. At this moment in time, at the date of that recording, that still may be possible, but nobody knows for certain what that's going to look like in the future. My personal opinion is that I do think we're going to see some softening. I don't think we're going to see huge price declines like we saw in 2008, 2009, but I do think we're going to see a flattening, and I do think that we'll see a price softening. If you look at the historical trends of real estate over the years in California, we typically see bell curves, and real estate prices cannot continue to go up indefinitely. There's just too many factors like interest rates, affordability, employment, pandemic. I think there's just too many factors that are going to start to impact our market. What do you think? Do you think the market's going to go up? Send us an email. If you're curious about what the value of your property is worth, give any member of our team a call. We have some really great tools that we can help you identify, and we can help you keep you updated with what your property value is actually worth. We have several new agents that have joined the team recently. Danielle Smith and Aroda Besatova joined our team recently. We really are excited to have them on the team. If you know of anyone that's thinking about joining real estate anywhere in California, please have them contact us. And if there's anything that we can do to help you, please contact any member of our team. Thanks, and tell us what you think about what's going to happen in the real estate market. We'll see you soon, and we'll see you in the new year.